Welcome to the Cook Up. And today's pot is sweet. But let me give you a little hint. Today, we're doing a kind of veggie ital pot for you. In honor of our guest that we are having, in honor of our assistant chef who's with us today. And again, it's going to be a perfect blend of natural ingredients this time. And it's going to make a tasty pot. Today's guest falls onto the domain of the performing arts. And his domain, his element specifically, is masquerade. Masquerade dancing has stood the test of time and is still quite popular. And I believe it's not going anywhere. But guess what? We have had quite a few shows thus far for this season. And you can look on our social media. On Facebook, you can find us at SKNICH. On YouTube, St. Kitts Culture. And on Instagram, Cultural Heritage SKN. So check us out. But for today is sweet. My name is Alicia Daniel Blake. I am the Research and Communications Officer at Cultural Heritage, and my assistant chef today is none other than Elvis Elbow Browne. Welcome, my chef.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Before going any further, we are going to have a look at a little clip of you dancing.
Sure.
Cook Up connoisseurs, let's have a look.
Come see the energetic and coordinated movements of our flamboyant masquerades, displaying moves from both West Africa and Europe. And our traditional clown dance is a
All right. So, Elbow, that's you dancing. But Cook Up connoisseurs would have realized that I'm calling you Elbow. Where did that name come from?
Well, to tell you the truth, it come from Elvis, you know. It come from Elvis, elbow.
Okay. I was there wondering if something had happened to your elbow when you were younger. All right. So in that clip, you were advertising Folk Galore. That is our folklore competition that Cultural Heritage usually has at the end of the year during the carnival time. But tell us a bit about your group now. So who is the manager of the Vibes? Because I understand that is the group that you dance with.
Sure, right. The manager is Ka. Ka. Tightly again. Mitchum.
Okay.
Ka Mitchum. He is the manager of our group, the Vibes Masquerade Group.
Okay, nice. So then, why did you choose to become a masquerade? Why no other type of cultural dancing attracted you?
Well, I gotta tell you the truth. From the time I born, I dance in masquerade. And there's a reason why I choose that. I've been born in the center. Me and my brother born in the center of the art, of culture. And anything born in the center, you gotta be from the heart. And anything come from the heart, you have to be real. So when you hear about masquerade, you gotta tell yourself, these men have to be born in masquerade. So that is why I play masquerade, but it's a long way from that still. The first time why we get in this masquerade business, I could remember in the 70s, he had a troupe from Nevis come down here. I think it was 78 or 79. And I could remember me and my brother was in the yard, sweeping up the yard, and we had the water to chow the yard. And we hear this drum, and this drum sounding so sweet to our ears. We forget about what we're doing in the yard and we run outside. And I remember there was playing right there by Miss Coker, right there by the college that we have right now. And I can remember we like to see what they was doing. The music was so sweet. We followed the masquerade all over the town. And when we do come back home in the afternoon, my mother say, well, you all ain't going not one way for the day. They just can't eat and go in the bed.
So you were in punishment.
We get punishment. And I think it was the reason why we get punishment, because as I tell you, we born in the center and the heart of that thick culture.
So tell me something. You said you were born in the center. Which area of Bastia did you all live?
Mac Night. We born Mac Night, we're Mac Night. And I think right in the center, everything.
So a lot of folklore troops used to pass through that area?
Every time. Those from the village, those from wherever they are, they must pass to Mac Night because that was the beat at the area. You have to come to Mac Night because first, the parade starting in Greenlands. And there's the way Mac Night is, so you have to pass through, otherwise you can't come in the parade.
Right. And you mentioned that the music basically sweet you all.
Sweet
right?
me in my soul.
I know sports plays drum. Do you play any instruments?
Well, I'll tell the truth, when we was coming up as a small boy, you know, we like to tamp on everything. I just say we born in culture. And I think culture is not just masquerade, it's all kind of thing, drumming, everything, what fit culture. And we used to get them E-scan. And we used to get some like arrow stick. And we will go to the side of the board fence, and we will take the heel, and we will start to knock the thing, knock the drum, knock it, and they all kind of beat. Sometimes we don't know what we're knocking, but the more you practice and beat something, one day you will get the song what you want, what you're looking for. And I used to knock the drum, but I just love the dancing. I just love the dancing, so I just give up the dancing, and then we had a troupe in Mac Night. Every year, carnival done in the summer, we form a group, Mac Night, form a group. So this thing here, it been happening to us from the youth. And if I tell you how I feel I was playing masquerade with diaper on. That's how long I love that.
Lovely.
Yeah,
so you had any family before you who did it?
Well, not in St. Kitts, but Nevis.
Okay.
It's a history about us, you know. That's why I tell you we're born in it, because
yes.
you're going to hear more about the history.
Yes, so hold that thought. Cook Up Connoisseurs will be right back.
All right, thank you very much.
Hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed, and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Cook Up Connoisseurs, welcome back to the Cook Up. And we are having a lively, stimulating conversation with our assistant chef, Mr. Elvis Elbow Browne. And you know what's next? We usually have a short little clip and we'll show you Elvis in action. Now, Cook Up Connoisseurs, that was the Vibes Masquerade. And you can see from the background, they were down at Port Zante. So Elvis, why would masquerades invite members of the audience to, or the spectators to dance with them?
Well, I tell you, see, we are entertainers. And I always believe when we're dancing, we ain't just dancing for ourselves. We're dancing for the people. And he have special dance that we need to take the spectators them in the ring to dance because that's the beauty. And we created that because we see that they fit that occasion.
And it's also, I guess, a way of making them relate to what you're doing and just to enjoy themselves.
Enjoy themselves.
And who was that person in the club?
Jacinth Martin.
Lovely. Yes, she's presently representing us at the OAS. Yes, and she certainly has always been a cultural, a natural creative.
Yes.
As well. Now, we want you to describe the different parts of the costume for us. So, this part, what is this part of the costume here that goes around your waist?
Well, I think first, let me let you know before I describe the part of the costume because I think I'm gonna start from the head first. Why the costume and what the costume represent.
Okay.
We all know the music come out of Africa. Everything was created from Africa, the music. But back in the Caribbean, we play the drums and we find beats. The beat for the performance at the masquerade. The masquerade having 6 different performance dance. And
Okay.
each dance have a beat. So we find the beat and we not the beat and we dance to the beat. And every beat have a dance. And the costume now represent a peacock.
So before you go any further, tell us the different types of dance then.
Well, you have the quadrille, you have the fine, you have the waltz, you have the jig, you have the balolo, and you have the wild mass. And the wild mass is the most highlight of the dance, the spirit.
Right, and I think you did some of that in the first clip when we did the folklore advertisement.
Sure, right.
Right,
So now back to the costume now. It represents the bird, the peacock. And the heart of the peacock is the heart up here where you will be seeing the piece.
on the other side.
Yeah, on the other side. The heart, this is the heart.
You could hook down the hanger.
Okay,
you know.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh,
yeah.
you could have hooked it from there.
Okay, let me get.
Yeah, okay.
This is the costume will represent the bird. This is the heart of the bird, the peacock, peacock. This is the heart.
You can have a
And
seat.
to the back here now is like the body of the peacock. All these pretty feathers that the peacock have on, these they represent the prettiness of the peacock. The headpiece always the feathers that the peacock have in. So the dance now, the peacock and the peahen. For the peacock to tread the peahen, he have to do a performance. He just can't go and tread the head. He have to dance. And when he dancing, he let out all the feathers. And he do similar dance that we do. He go round and he do his spinning and he do his spinning. And when she...
Do it more here.
Yes, and when she realized that the dance was fitting the position to start to cheddar, she opened up she feathers too and shake. When the shaking now, that is how we shake the wild mass. When we dance in the wild mass, we shake. So she do that, and then they were the mate up. So this is the representing of the masquerade, the peacock. That's what we represent. But the music itself created from Africa. But the dance now, we created our dance to the music and the beat. See? So this is the beauty, the bird, the peacock. This is what we represent.
All right. Turn it the other way for me, please. Yeah. Nice. So, cook up connoisseurs, I hope you're taking notes. But the base of what you said, it's relative to, I guess, a way of attracting the peacock's mate. And so we also have some of these bells.
Well, see the bells now. The bell make the noise. At the beat. You find when we dancing and with the movement, we get the beat. Just like we get the beat from the drum, we get the noise from the bells. And the mirrors now, when the glare of the sun shining them, the beauty of the place, and when the light shine on the feather, it have a heart in the feather that even all that show and glitter up the whole place. So it's the beauty of the bird and the beauty of the sun. When it shine on the beautiful costume, it make the whole place decorated with the colors. You see everything that's, the glass, the glare, the sun on the glass, and the shine is beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful.
so it all comes together, just like our cook-up pot is coming together.
And it's smelling good.
It's smelling good. Now, was this uniform the original uniform, or have changes happened over the years?
Well, it's supposed to be the same uniform. The only thing we could do with it is, you might drop down.
Okay. Continue.
The only thing we can do is creative with more ribbons, pretty it up more.
And then the headpiece, we are missing that as well. But
yeah.
you explained that it also has any peacock feathers.
Having the peacock feathers. But what we do sometimes, we more like freshen up the headpiece, like painting the hat. Because sometimes the color just die out, and we need the beauty of the costume. Everything has to be pretty.
Okay. Now tell us some of the words as well, because it's also a part of our oral tradition, because there is a type of sayings that the masquerades talk.
Well, I'm waiting for you that, because a lot of people don't understand the language. Sometimes they want to know, what are you speaking in French, Spanish, Dutch, wherever? I say, well, it's not that, it's just culture. When we say, like, take the cap, first you have a captain, you have a voice captain, you have a leading Indian. The leading Indian is the one that's me.
Okay.
I do the leading all over the place. Wherever I go, I'm in front, doing all the dancing in front, leading the dancers. The voice captain now, he there now, if the captain in there, he give order. He take over. But what the captain there, the captain do all the same. If he do want something do, he will say, okay, I'll go take over. They give me the voice captain. I never want it, because I done had captain and voice captain for all the years of my dancing. So I said, well, let the young one them learn something, get something, and I will help them with it. But I will be there for, help them. So the manager decided, no, you're not too much. I'm going to give you the voice captain, and I'm going to give the other younger one the captain, so you could coach him. So I will take the voice captain still. I've let a captain still, because I'm a veteran in the business so many years.
How many years?
To tell you the truth, it's 50 long years.
Okay.
Not 50 days, not 50 afternoon, not 50 night. Decade, 50, and 50 is 100. That's between me and my brother.
Yes.
So anybody want to reach 100 years and reach 100, you know how proud I feel to dance in this thing for 100 years? And that is what I set my goal for. Me and my brother really want to dance up to 50.
Nice.
But I know it's a challenge. Sometimes you make a 50 run quick, but the other 50 run, you have to back good, because that bowling good. That feeling much better. So you have to back good if you really want to make the other 50.
Yeah.
And when you tap the 50, you look up and say, thank you, God, a milestone of reach.
Yes. So, Elbow, we'll take a little quick break, and we'll be right back. Cook-up connoisseurs.
Blessed.
What's up with you? Girl, you look like you're off in dreamland. Focus.
Focus. It's Valentine's season. Love is in the air.
You not here?
So Dave said he loved me, and I have 24 hours to respond. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say.
That doesn't need telling. When he say I love you, you simply say I love me too.
What's that? And who even does that?
I do.
Me too.
I love me too simply means I love me enough to make myself a priority. And it starts with making wise decisions.
This Valentine's, I choose to abstain and to protect my name.
This Valentine, I choose education now, and this is my solemn vow.
I choose to keep my virginity and maintain my dignity.
Wise choice, because saying yes to him is saying no to you. I choose self-respect over self-neglect.
Okay, I get it now. I love myself too. This Valentine, Dave can keep his love. At this point in life, I choose self-love. For learning to love oneself is the greatest love of all.
Hey baby, you know I love you, right?
I love me too.
Cook-Up connoisseurs, welcome back to the Cook-Up as we continue our lively discussion with Elbo. Elbo, you mentioned you've been in this art form for 50 years. Where has Masquerade taken you to? Where have you traveled to?
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. It take me to heaven and to see the Father. But little more still, it take me a lot of places that I have to be proud of the culture, and I'm proud of the government. I'm proud of my group manager because, I mean, I could tell the truth. I can speak about a lot of things that since I play in this sport. I've been to Suriname. I've been to Antigua. I don't care because it's small, eh? I got to tell you what culture do for me. I've been to Antigua. I've been to Canada. I've been to England. I've been to Dubai.
Nice.
And now I'm going back to England. And we're going to be on a world Europe tour. We're going to Belize and we're going to Holland.
Lovely. Is that over the summer period?
Yes, because what happened, we have good management and we have good sponsor. We have 2 sponsors from out there.
You could say them.
And one of them from here, from the village, but
Okay,
he live in
okay.
Birmingham and, you know, there where he stay. And the other one from up there. And they even come down last year, had a meeting in my house. Because my house is the camp.
Okay.
And since we come back from Anguilla, first they want us to come England last year before we go Anguilla, but it was like, who come first, get first service.
Okay.
And Anguilla decided to want us. And it's because we went down Anguilla to a funeral to Mackie Gums, one of the veteran Masquerade that passed away. And I think, oh man, again, goosebumps. Really got to share that back to him, his wife, and his family. Because he was one of the veteran best dancers that we had in with group. And since we have the group from a long time and we got the vibes, I put it to support my brother, and we sit down and we say, we're going to speak to the manager and ask him what he think he should do, what he think he could do for that person. And then we take it upon our own, and, you know, we call his son and his mother, his wife, and we tell him we would like to come and take part at that funeral because that man there is a veteran in the art, and he was my best dancer, so, and he was my virgin. I follow him. He motivated me.
Tell us his name again.
Mackie Gums.
Nice.
Yes, man.
And so you are showing that Masquerades is not just all fun and performance and entertainment, but there's a serious side, a humanity within your group.
Yes, man. Seriously. Because I'm telling you, playing this thing here for 50 years, as I say, it's not a easy thing. And it's a thing you could just say, well, okay, I play, and then somebody asks you, how this mask is and what is this and what is that. You can't explain. But you will say you're playing for 30, 40 years and you can't explain nothing about your culture. And you remember, we are rich in culture. This is our inheritance and it's the richest. And if we just laying down and sitting down and standing upon it, we're sinking into our feet. We're sitting down, we ain't getting away. We got to get up, mold up the dirt against the root and water the plant, because there is where we are. And we got to take it to the school. So I just said to me,
that was my next question. Are you passing it on? Is your group passing it on to the younger generations?
Well, we do that there to a school, Tucker Clark School up Newtown. I decided that I'm a brother and I tell my manager. And we went up there and really practicing them, training them that they could have a troupe from the school during they could have got a masquerade part and the costume part. And we said we're going to do it to them because we ain't feeling it and we ain't seeing it. As I use the word saying that we can't sit down too much on our culture. We can't stand up too long and we'll be sinking it. We got to embrace the culture. We are rich in the culture. Just like the African nation with the gold. We not have no money, but we have riches, and riches is the culture.
Right. So we have an inheritance in culture to pass on.
To pass on to the generation.
Right.
Okay. And I said, well, we can carry it in the school. But somehow we were doing it for the school, but somehow something ain't work out. I don't know why it ain't work out.
So don't give up. That's something that y'all can.
No, because we're taking it, we're going now far. We're going to some of the Ocean School children, and we're going to use some of the children from up there and a farmer group that really have a small masquerade group with the vibes. and the big group.
Sounds great. In the big group, though, do you have any like teenagers or anybody of that age?
Well, we have teenagers, but the teenager, it was okay. There's teenagers, but
So they're being teenagers.
They big one. They're about 14 years, 15,
Okay.
16 going up. So
Okay.
I will really use them too, like the little. And I tell you the truth, I want this thing going to school.
Right.
I'm appealing to the minister. Listen this. You're going to speak culture, you can't see it. You're going to speak culture, you can't hear it. But you're going to speak it. So what you're going to tell them about culture when you can't see it and hear it? Why I said that, I mean to let you know, if you're seeing culture and hearing culture, why ain't in the school today? Because if you're seeing it, you will see how we increase in our masquerade. Nevis was in front of us for a lot of years. We had two groups down here, Samuel Masquerade Group, Prokop Masquerade Group. Nevis had their mountain masquerade up there, and they were the number one. I won't tell no lie. They were the best musicians, the best dancers. But we over them now. Why you say we over them? We have more masquerade group than them.
Okay, so yes, I hear you. But we're going to stick a little pin because we are now going to have our seasoning mix.
Okay.
Cook Up connoisseurs, hold on.
Make a good talk from now to next.
We have quite a bit going on in cultural heritage. We are going to be having the launch of Swank. That is our creative cultural music competition or challenge. And that is going to actually take place tomorrow. And our theme again is quench your thirst for sweet cultural music. And so the music can be any genre. It could be calypso, it could be soca, it could be reggae, it could be dancehall, it could be hip hop, whichever genre, as long as it showcases our culture, whether in the lyrics, whether in the music, your choice. Just be creative. Now, last year, Javid Allen won $10,000 because he won all of the categories. And the three categories are Best Lyrics, Best Rhythm, and Most Popular. So try your hand. It's opening tomorrow. We are also going to add a dash of hot sauce to that ital pot that we have in. We are going to be having griot, and that is our storytelling event. And it takes place June 24th at the Oasis at Wingfield Manor. And we'll be having several persons telling us stories pertaining to that area. We are going to have Maurice Widdowson, who is going to be telling us about Wingfield Estate and Beto Douglas, who was a slave who bought the freedom of her children. We are also going to have Christine Walwyn telling us about Wingfield Manor, Leonard Stapleton telling us about the Kalinago Massacre. Keisha Isaac Adams is going to be in the Children's Corner, and she is going to be telling our children stories, getting them to make their own stories. And guess what? Even the adults get a chance to do that this time, because there'll be a special time when we invite the adults in the audience to come up and tell us their stories. And then we are going to add a little Maggie Cube, because our next visit to our seniors clubs is going to take place on July 29th in Tabernacle, when we visit the seniors over there. Now, let's get back a little bit to Elbow. Elbow, what would you say in terms of safeguarding our culture? You mentioned already that, you are having a push, you're making a push to make sure that the masquerade training gets back in the schools.
Right.
Any other method you think we can do in terms of individuals to safeguard our culture?
Well, I tell you the truth, first you have to love it. It comes from your heart. And if you don't love it, I don't think you could save it. And I don't want you to try to catch it and drop it. Otherwise, it's pop. So the most important, I'd say, you could save it, let us get it in the school. Because, you see, as I said, there's the root. And every time you catch that in the school and water the plant, that tree must grow. If you don't want to plant, you not go. So I'm appealing to the ministers of culture, sport. Open up your eyes. See the culture. Feel the culture. Hear the culture.
Now I'm going to put the onus on us as individuals. Now, don't you think individuals have a part to play as well, Elbow? Because if the parents are not in favor of their children learning these things, we will not get all buy-in.
All right. I like how you use the word, if. Well, to use the word if, you have to try. And if you don't try to be if you don't try to be a failure, how you're gonna fail? So I think that the word using if for that, I don't think it needed to use the word, because you know why the children love the masquerade, they love the clown, they love everything, Indian bull, they love it. But you see, it need push. It need people like me and my brother and others, because the others could do it too, you know. But to we are the veterans so long, you're gonna have to take from the top first. And if you got everything in place right, it's nothing could go wrong. That culture we save, as I say, that inheritance that is we won. Culture is the richest we have here. We have the money, we have no gold, but we have riches, can bring money, can bring gold, and bring prosperity to our country. Bring out all them your people to our country. Even we ain't got the space, jam them up, because we have the culture that want rich.
All right.
That, Mr. Man.
I think that's a perfect way to end this show. So, Cook-Up connoisseurs, remember, you can find us on Facebook at SKNICH, on YouTube at St. Kitts Culture, and on Instagram at Cultural Heritage SKN. And remember this too, together we can safeguard our living heritage. Bye.
And let me say something before we go. I want to send out all this to the veteran that passed away, gone from the art of the culture. Man like talk up our manager, the boss. Man like Demin was the boss for Violent Troop. People like T-Time was the drummer for our group, we fuck up. And Neville, the bassman, was our bassman for our group. Them time we go up now, we had no name. You just T-Time Masquerade or Fuck Up Masquerade, not really no name like what we have now.
Okay. We're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah, and then the fifer, George, was one of the fifer. These was veteran, and we can't forget about these people who build the culture. We can't forget them. And then go to our sister island, Nevis. Man, I love them.
It's time to wrap it up.
All right, thank you very much. Another time I will speak about our sister island then, because...
Another time. Cook-Up connoisseurs, we see Elbow doesn't want to go, but we got to say bye until next time.
Bye, till next time. Love you.